I spent 21 days trying to master shadowboxing, and by day 21, I wasn't the same person who started. Okay, so we actually made it to day 21, and honestly, this challenge turned into something way bigger than I expected. There are days I wanted to quit, there are days I loved it, but somehow we are actually here. When I started this challenge, I was honestly excited. I had watched a bunch of boxing videos, and in my head, I was like, okay, this doesn't look that hard. I was completely wrong. The very first thing I noticed was how weird everything felt. Just standing in a boxing stance felt uncomfortable. Throwing a jab felt awkward. Trying to move my feet while punching felt almost impossible. Shadowboxing isn't about just punching. You are thinking about your hands, your feet, your balance, your head movement, your breathing, all at the same time. My brain was working harder than my body. Jump rope actually became my favorite part. At this point, I still thought I would become decent in a week. Looking back now, I had absolutely no idea what I was getting into. Days 6 to 10, this is where the challenge started feeling real. The excitement from the first week was gone. Now it was just me doing the same movements over and over and over again. And honestly, this was probably the hardest part mentally. Because some days I'd finish training and think that was actually pretty good. Then I would watch the footage back and realize it still looked awkward. There were sessions where nothing felt right. My feet felt slow, my punches felt stiff. And that's probably the most frustrating part about learning something new. You don't always feel yourself improving, but even on those days, I still showed up. Somewhere around this point, I stopped worrying about mastering shadowboxing. I just wanted to see how far I could actually push myself. And then something finally started changing. It wasn't like I suddenly became good. It was just little movements. A combination felt smoother, a pivot finally worked. My feet started moving without me thinking about every single step. And that feeling is honestly hard to explain. Because after struggling for days, one clean movement suddenly makes everything feel worth it. I also started trying more difficult things. Better footwork, more angles, longer combinations. Not because I had mastered the basics, but because I wanted to see what I was capable of. And then I made a mistake. I started watching Lomachenko. After watching him move, I immediately thought, yeah, I want to learn that. And honestly, I had no idea how difficult it was. I wasn't even moving the way I wanted to, but every now and then I would get one movement right. Just one. That one clean movement was enough to make me train for another hour. By this point, I wasn't training because I had to finish a challenge. I was training because I genuinely enjoyed it. And then today happened day 21. I remember how awkward everything felt on day 1. And now I'm throwing combinations without thinking so much. My footwork feels smoother, my movement feels more natural, and for the first time, I actually feel comfortable shadow boxing. Am I perfect? Not even close. Do I still have a lot to learn? Absolutely. But when I compare this to where I started, I'm honestly proud of how far I have come. So did I master shadow boxing in 21 days? Not even close. But now I need your help. What should I try next?